Hello everyone, my name is Bygl and welcome back to another episode here from the Let's Play series. I hope you are having a wonderful day today, and we're gonna cut straight to the chase because I actually wanna get a lot of stuff done in today's episode. So, we are gonna start today's episode by working on this thing, the Compendium Project. So, I actually did a bit of work on it already. Just did some stuff that I already said that I'm going to do, off camera things and whatnot. But yeah, I finished one of these modules here, so this is somewhat what I'm trying to make them look like. This thing right here. So I added the bookshelves there, we have some blocks, there's like a archway here with leaves, then we have this cool window on the top, and I'm gonna do this 4 times, as I said. I'm trying out things on the top though. So, the way we restock this building is by going to the chests up above. So we need to actually get here and we need to manually put all of the items into these chests, because these chests will actually hold quite a bunch of items and we can't put them in via sorters because there's just not enough space here. So, to make it more convenient for us, we're probably gonna have bridges in between all of these 4 modules, and that's how we can quickly move around between them, and we can quickly restock all of these chests to actually fill up the ender sorter. And that should be this project done. Now, we still need a bunch of actual blocks to put into this, because we are kinda poor on this world. We don't have a bunch of blocks, really. So we actually need to gather up the blocks, then we need to put them in, and then we need to put in the shulker, and that is the project done. And that is going to take a while. All things considered, this is the first building in this place that we're actually making, but it's probably gonna be the last one that we actually finish. At least that's my prediction here. So we're gonna finish that in today's episode. We're gonna finish all of these modules and we're gonna connect them up. And I also did some other stuff like this floor here, you might have noticed. We did the spruce on the sides with the cyan glass in the middle. And we still need to figure out what to put underneath here. I'm kinda gravitating towards the aquarium idea, but we kinda already did one of those on the monolith project, so maybe something else, I don't know. But the main thing and the biggest thing I want to get done today is this. So you might have noticed that we have a bunch of blocks placed around here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna replicate the entrance that we made, this thing right here, and we're gonna put it on all 4 sides. We already have most of the blocks and we already have a single side built, so all I need to do is just copy the same thing 3 more times, right? Easy enough. But there's a big bottleneck here, so I actually gathered up a bunch of dark prismarine from the passive monument that we found, and that was probably the last dark prismarine that was there. So this is definitely not enough dark prismarine, by the way. There is no way we're finishing this building with this much dark prismarine. So what we gotta do, probably next episode or something, is make a guardian farm. And that's gonna be a task. It's gonna be a big distraction from this place. So we're just gonna build as much as we can until I run out of dark prismarine, and we'll see how far we can actually get. Alright, so I've been at this for a few hours now, and here you can see the very first one that we did a few episodes back, the first side. And walking around, you can see that we did the exact same thing here, except for a single block apparently. There we go, that's now fixed. And coming to the side here, you're gonna start noticing that I started running out of materials. So this is all of the dark prismarine we have left. So yeah, not so much. And we are out of jungle wood, and most importantly, we are totally out of dark oak. So yeah, I can't even work on this here on the inside because I need dark oak for this as well. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna try to finish it later in today's episode, and we're gonna move on to some other projects real quick. I do have some stuff that I need to show off, like all of these pumpkins. I kinda forgot to mention these. So when I sketch out stuff or when I plan stuff, I usually use, insta-mineable blocks like pumpkins, because they're super easy to break and we have a lot of them. So the plan here is that this staircase is gonna lead to the second part of the Compendium Project here, which would be the variety storage building. So we're gonna have the Ender Sorter right here, and then around here where these pumpkins are, we're gonna have a staircase, and we're gonna have a building probably on this hill. I'm kinda envisioning like a building on this hill with like supports here. So it's kind of like almost floating, right? But it's got some supports here, and it's probably gonna look very wonky. Hello! Forgot we have rabbits here. Yeah, it's probably gonna look kind of wonky, but I kind of wanna have it look wonky, right? We don't really wanna have any super basic buildings around here. This building is kind of weird, for example. So yeah, we're gonna try to do something fancy. Not now, because we're out of resources, as I said. And the other thing is that we have this EFO head here, right? And the plan was actually to have many more heads built around here. The thing is, though, is that it really takes attention. So if we fly away, you can see that since that is brighter and it has especially the redstone block there, it's taking way more attention. So we might move this head somewhere else, and we might build some other heads there. Oh, like Spike. Whenever like something worth of celebration happens, then we can build a head in a location where we build heads, and we can move that there too. That is an idea. But for now, what we can do is build some trees in here. So the plan is to have like a small, how would you call this, a grove? I think that is the right word. Or a thicket, or yeah, I'm not good with those words. But the basic idea is to have some trees to break line of sight, so when people are here in the compendium, then their attention is drawn towards the compendium, and when they walk around here, then their attention is gonna get shifted to this place, so it's gonna act as kind of a divider. So that's going to be the second project of today's episode, but in case you missed the last episode, this is what we did. We built a wool farm over here, and I put in all of the sheep, as I said, except for that one. That is going to be the pink sheep. So we're just gonna take one of these. I just want to show you how I did the whole sheep shifting process. Just so you kind of have an idea on how long this took. So I just take my sheep here and I let them follow me. Here we need to be careful so they don't fall, and all we do is we just come over here. I don't have any more space to go back, but they would usually fall there on their own. Or we can do this, we can just push them in. There we go. Put in the pink dye, put a trapdoor above them so wolves don't kill them. And this farm is technically done, we just need to decorate it because it looks kinda ugly. Does this have shears in it? It does, okay. So soon enough that sheep there should eat that piece of grass it's standing on and it should give us some wool. And speaking of wool, let's check out these. So, yeah, they've been running for quite a while now and we are getting a decent amount of stacks of all of the different colors of different wools. Yeah, very cool, very cool. We might actually build more with wool now that we actually have the option, right? Okay, so I started working on the custom trees, and as you can see, we are taking a bit of a different approach this time, because it really isn't entertaining doing the same thing over and over and over again. So this time we are doing the trees slightly differently. I'm trying to develop a style that allows me to build trees in a larger scale. So usually the trees would be around this big, and this is gonna be like this big. And the more we build them, the faster we will be able to build them, and that way we can populate this whole area into a forest, hopefully, of sorts. That could look pretty cool. So yeah, we mixed in some stripped spruce into the oak bark, and that looks pretty cool. Adds a bit more texture. We also started using these spruce fences. They look pretty neat, I think. They act as like focus point for the eyes, because there are shadows being cast next to them. You can see that those areas are ever so slightly darker, so it's way easier to actually focus on these trees with your eyes. That's a pretty neat detail. And we also did the basic stairs and slabs, and for the branches we did the usual thing, but instead of going off of a single point, I added a bunch of points from where they come off through, so I just spread out some bark blocks like this. If you wanna see how I did it, or if you wanna build some trees for yourself, you just put some randomly placed bark blocks on the outside, and then you do the fence thing off of them, and that's how we made this tree crown. And all we really need to do now is to cover it up with leaves, and that is it. Whoa. I built this on the border in between biomes. That's a problem. So this part is going to have this like minty color. This one is going to have this warm color. That's a bit of a mistake. I probably should have double checked the ground, but here we are. Okay guys, this is pretty exciting. So the sun is setting, and if you check our F3 screen, it's day 999. Oh boy. So if I sleep through this night, which I am of course going to do, with that Enderman staring at me there. Oh man, 4 digits. Oh, that is so cool. 1000 days. And that is going to be the end of day 1000. Spend the whole day placing leaves, but it was worth it. So check it out. This is how the tree looks, and I think that I might use this technique for building trees from now on all the time, because I think that this looks awesome. Now, coming here, stuff does get quite rough. We can see some fences there and whatnot, and it doesn't look too good, but I left this like this on purpose because we're gonna be building another crown over there, so this being ugly doesn't really matter. The main thing is that it needs to look good from this angle, which it does, and also from this one, which it does, so that's all we really need, right? But it is not complete just yet, because we're now gonna get to the detail part. So what I want to do is I want to hang some lanterns, very simple stuff, but I've seen people do this a bunch, that they place either too tall grass or stuff like bamboo on top of their trees so they look slightly more fluffy. And I think that would be a great idea to do that, so we're gonna test it out to see how it looks. And we're also gonna need some shears I mean some string, that's what we need. We need some string to stop the bamboo from growing. So we're gonna jump on the tree, and I'm just gonna try to place some grass blocks on some areas where I would see it fit, like over here. That should blend in nicely. Then we take a bamboo, we ball mill it once or twice. We put a string here and we repeat it a few times. And I also want to put in a large fern into there to see how that looks. Well, it doesn't look like anything from here, we can just see the bamboo. But I'm curious to how it looks from the upper boughs when we're flying over. And that is a nice detail. And I saw the Enderman Teleporter there. That is a really nice detail. I was afraid that the bamboo would stand out too much, and it kinda does here in the taiga biome, but I think it's gonna look absolutely awesome when we build it in the plains biome. So I think we're gonna keep doing that. I'm just gonna place a few of these around, just to add slightly more fluff, and then we can also decorate the... Oop, didn't mean to do that. Then we can also decorate the bottom part of the tree. I forgot you can do that now. Sideways chains. Okay, yeah, I think this might be it. This might be the way we're building all of our trees from now on. Oh, it had so much more detail this way. I usually build things very small scale, but building it in this scale just allows us to do so much more with the little amount of blocks that we have. So cool. So one last fly around, and since this took right about 40 minutes to make, and I have 5 more trees that I need to make, yeah. I'm gonna do some leaf gathering and I'll see you in a while. This is gonna take a while. And I also practiced a bunch of, how would you call these, spruce trees? Yeah, I practiced a bunch of spruce trees in my creative world, so hopefully I can actually build one that looks relatively decent. And I just realized that we don't even have a Silk Touch Diamond Hoe, so let's fix that here. There it is, Silk Touch, and yeah. Could have been better, but we can still upgrade it via villagers. And since we already did a bunch of building montages in this episode, we're gonna try something different here. So here you can see the before, and this is the after. With all of the trees already built, and I think it looks pretty cool if I do say so myself. So we built 3 oak trees and 2 spruce trees, or pine trees, or however you wanna call them. And I think these turned out really good. These are the first 2 spruce trees that I built in survival, and I am kinda proud of them. We used a bunch of different stuff to make them work, like the signs there, they are supposed to look like branches coming off of the main thing, right? Good descriptions, Bygl, good job. And yeah, you can see that on this one as well. This is actually an idea that I got from Good Times with Scar, so yeah, I do thank him for that inspiration. That man is a madman at building these. And I also took some inspiration from these, like the fences that he used on them, and I incorporated it into these trees. And this is how they look from this side as well. I should show this as well. And the big tree also has like a small part, ooh, leg spike, small part coming off of it, which I find pretty cool. And we did also place a bunch of grass and bamboo on top of them. Yeah, that adds just a little bit of detail, which is really cool when you're flying over. And it's gonna be super cool when we actually build a billion of these all around this place, then it's really gonna pop. But I think that's all of the building we're gonna do for today. Fix yourself, please. There we go. So I'm just gonna show you a few things that I've been doing off camera, because I don't think we're gonna be doing any more building in today's episode. I built for like 10 hours and I'm kinda done with that today. So here at the Diamond Cave I've been spending a lot of time sorting through my shulkers, so I am preparing these for the shulker loader. So when we move there, this is what we're gonna put into the slots, these shulkers, and I need to figure out what to put in each and every one of them. So this is going to be, of course, like a plant shulker box that we're gonna fill up there. This is gonna be a wood shulker box, so I need to collect up some birch and warped stuff to fill it up. And this is going to be like a rock and ground stuff box. This is going to be a light source and random blocks box. This one is going to be a nether box, and so on and so forth, right? You can kind of figure out what each shulker box is for just by looking into it. For example, this is going to be a weird blocks box. Kind of weird saying box and blocks in the same sentence right after each other. But hey, this is going to be a stairs and slabs one, and this is going to be, well, I haven't started this one yet, but this is probably going to be like a, what is going to be in this one? Quartz, maybe? Maybe iron stuff? No idea. I still need to figure it out. I have a big journey of figuring stuff out here ahead of me. But what we gotta do is we gotta get some obsidian, and we're gonna, it's nighttime, and we're gonna connect up the Compendium Project to the Nether Hub. Oh, burns! So we are here at our Nether Hub that we still need to work on. Actually, it's just a barely started project right now, but alas. So I see a lot of people actually struggle when interconnecting their portals, so here I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I take the coordinates, I screenshot it usually just to make sure, so I can look at it later. And the coordinates to where I want to put my portal are 424, 44, both positive. And what you do is you just divide both of them by 8, so we have 53 and 5.5. 53 over here. Which one is it going to be? This is 53.5, so it's directly at this pillar. So we're probably gonna move slightly closer to the hub, right? Over here. And we're gonna break through here, and we're gonna push the ice road this way. Then we just need to go 5 blocks this way. Yeah, this goes to the positive X. So we need to put the portal over here. Okay, let's light them up. This is looking like a good spot, and I haven't built the portal on the other side yet, so let's just hope that we got lucky. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good spot. I wanted to have it right here, and we moved it ever so slightly to the right just so it fits in the hub. So this is a pretty lucky spawn, all things considered. I think this is pretty on point. Let's see, because I actually have a plan for a portal build we could do here in the following few episodes. If we move this over here, it's probably gonna be still working, right? It's probably gonna be fine. So that is going to be the end of today's episode, but before we end it, let's discuss some of our plans going forward here. So this building behind me, it's giving us so much trouble, we just can't seem to finish it. So next episode is going to be mainly focused on getting dark prismarine. Preferably a automatic source of it is the plan, and that way we can finish this and also all of the buildings in this area. And after that, well, we can just continue doing all of our fun projects, right? So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!